Alright guys, quickly in this video we want to quickly discuss some things that could affect the profitability in your farm. The only reason why you get into farming or any business is for you to make profit. Of course, I know some of you have great passion for animals, for livestock, but in the end, your passion and everything must always lead you to profit. That's the main reason why you run a business. So, what are some of the factors that could affect your profitability when it comes to pig farming? Well, number one is the pig breed. These are some of the things I've been emphasizing on for a while now, and I think they do say to be forewarned is to be forearmed. I'm very sure some people out there just feeling it wouldn't matter. I would just find a farmer close to me and just a farmer close to me has pigs, and I will just get some pigs from the farmer, and that's what will matter. Anyway, experience is the best teacher, they say. When you have the experience on having pigs on your farm that are not growing very well after spending so much on them, then that would be you learning the hard way. But you could actually learn from just observing and listening to people that have walked the same pathway. I understand sometimes it's compelling to get some of the most available breeds around you, or whether they are crossed or they are whatever. Some very diminished breeds are around you and you just want to get them easily because they are quite easy to get and sometimes they're quite affordable. So there's a temptation to go for that. But the truth is, if you're really ready to be serious about this business, I would advise you to make sure you get the perfect breed, pure breeds. Get breeds that will convert well for you, especially if you have great desire to go far in the business. But if you're just doing something for maybe you're not very serious about it, well, you can do whatever works for you. But if you're really interested in making great profit, believe me, one of the big secrets that can increase your profitability is you having the right breeds. And some of the breeds that we advise you to have on your farm, they range from Duroc. That's very expensive, quite very expensive, so I wouldn't advise that if you're starting. I would not advise you to have Durocs for a start, but if you have the money and if you're interested, that's one of the perfect breed when it comes to converting. They convert very fast and they convert very well. Durocs, then there's this new emerging breed in this side of the world. That's the pure train breed. It's actually very expensive also, converts well, and it gets very big. The other one, which are very much available and those ones are in circulation, is the large white, the Cambrock, and the TN70. The large white is much more in circulation. The Cambrock next, and the TN is just also probably getting traction around the country. So those are some of the breeds that we advise you to go for, because these breeds I mentioned, they are very good converters if you get the pure breeds of them. To prevent you from lamenting the issues around having pigs on your farm and they're not growing right, I would advise you once again, get the best breed. If you really are serious about what you're doing, please find a way to get the best of the best pure breeds on your farm. Now, the next thing I will talk about that could affect the profitability on your farm is obviously the management. Your management goes a long way, and when I talk about the management, I talk about your staffs also, because most of the time, except if you are the one running your farm yourself, but if you're having a large farm in the village or somewhere remote, you may want to obviously install workers there that will help you to work and to take care of your animals. In that case, your farm workers play a key role in ensuring the profitability on your farm. And that's why I would advise you to invest in their trainings, improve their knowledge, and train them to inject animals to spot sick pigs, train them to give forth for the right injection, first aid and everything to animals, train them on how to assist the sow when it's delivering. Those are some of the key things you need to invest in when you are getting farm workers in your farm. They play a very key role in ensuring that your farm is profitable. So as much as you may not always get them as being the best, you could always upgrade them to become the best by the training and the mentorship you give them. All right, the next thing is the feed. One of the main things that affects profitability on your farm is also the way you feed your animals. I've talked about this several times. Many farmers are investing in just any feeds to the animals. It's a common, I don't know, do I call it a wrong saying that pigs eat anything. Pigs eat anything. That may be true, but that's not true for someone running a commercial pig farm. When you're running a commercial pig farm, you don't want to give your pigs just anything. You want to give them the right feeds that would ensure they have maximum weight in the shortest period of time. So invest in the right feeds, invest in the right nutrients, the protein, the carbohydrate, the energy, the fibers must all be present in your feed nutrients, and ensure you feed them rightly with the right number of kg, the right rationing, depending on the size they are in. Make sure you do that and you would see massive results. So that's one of the third thing that can affect profitability on your farm. Now another thing is which is probably very, very common, and this is something I feel you should pay very much attention to, is the reproduction, which I call the production cycle of your animals. Many farmers don't observe this right. I can say I don't almost know any farmer that does this issue of reproductive cycle properly. Everyone just have pigs on the farm, and many of the times the pigs are not mated and they're just there eating on them. So if you are having animals and you are intending to use them for breeding, then you want to ensure that you are mating them at the right time. But many animals don't yet know how to detect when a pig is on heat. They don't know how to, like for instance, when you are weaning your pigs, you should know that your female comes on heat probably in the next about 5 days after weaning your pigs. So, and that may be the right and the best time to mate them. So when your pigs are done with breastfeeding their piglets, you want to take them back into the breeding program, depending on what your breeding program is. So this is one of the main reasons why many pig farmers are not having the right profits on their farm, because they're not mating the animals at the right time. They're not running the right production cycle. So a pig may have to deliver just once in a year, and that pig should have eaten several feeds on them. Obviously, the pigs being on the farm, the pigs keep eating, and they are not getting piglets from the pig. So mostly because they don't know when their pigs are on heat, and when their pigs come on heat, they don't take their pigs to a male. So when their pigs grows off heat, then obviously even if you take a pig that is off heat to a male, it will not allow the male to mount her. So this is one of the places where you need to make corrections to ensure you are having the right profitability on your farm. The last but not the least, which I will talk about, which is very sensitive to most of us that are in areas where we have taboos and beliefs. The belief system in your environment plays a very key role. Please don't be blindsided to that. Make sure you have right research on your area. I don't know if you follow the story of I think Fred is his name, Farming in Africa, the guy from Farming in Africa. He focuses more on goat farming, and I've been following him for a while. I remember a moment that was probably maybe last year or last year's, I don't know. He had an issue in his community where the community rejected the rearing of goats, and he has invested a lot of money in the structures and in the goats in that environment. So I think he had to sell some of them, and in short, think about that, how bad that can be, that you are done investing, you are done building, you are done with everything, and then your community chiefs or elders in that village come to you and tell you that you can't have pigs or you can't have goats or whatever animals you're rearing. So please ensure you do the right research of your environment before you invest into whatever livestock you're going into, because of course if you are in areas where it doesn't matter, well, then you're fine. But make sure you do that, because different faith has different beliefs in the consumption of certain animals, and that also could probably not even affect the fact that they will prevent you from situating your farm there, but it could also prevent your profit, because it could prevent your sales. Because let's take for instance that you are in an environment where these people don't consume this meat. Probably you are listening to me right here in a place, I'm from a place where we are not able to meet the demand. If we want to sell every animal on this farm, people are ready to pick every one of them. We can't even meet the need. So you can't compare yourself, depending on where you are, to places like this, because you have to be sure that your areas have demand. The laws of demand and supply will still play a key role in how much you're going to sell your pigs. If your demand is less than your supply, obviously that means if demand is very low and you have much supply, obviously your prices will be very low, which will drastically affect the amount you can sell your animals. So you may not listen to what you see on the internet, because you need to also find out what's the demand in your area. So these are some of the things that you need to pay attention to ensure that you are able to make the right profit. These things can really affect the profitability on your farm. I really hope this video has helped you. If this has inspired you, give us a like button, click the like button and give us a thumbs up. And if you're yet to subscribe, ensure you subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.